Ué,
Não foi?
era pra estar indo agora. Sei, se é um problema de internet, talvez. Ah, agora foi. Beleza. Vê se tá aparecendo aí, Fê. Ou também eu posso abrir aqui no YouTube mesmo, eu mesmo ver?
Ou manda o link pra mim, eu posso abrir também pra.
Tá. Não? Uhum. Tá sim? Tá. Meu irmão falou que tá funcionando.
Beleza.
Deixa eu mandar pra você então também. Será que eu tenho aqui o link em algum lugar? Não. Fê, manda ali o link pra mim no chat, por favor. No chat aqui do Zoom mesmo. Okay. So, oh, let me adjust here. Okay. Let me close.
There's someone
Oh,
with us.
yes, it's my brother, okay? The link for the YouTube video, it's on the chat, okay? Can you
Okay.
see?
Yes.
Yes?
I can.
Okay. So, welcome guys. Today, it's our conversation club with Guilherme Alves, okay? I'm Thiago. I am a teacher, an English teacher at Siblings English School, okay? And today we're going to discuss some questions with Guilherme, okay? And if you guys want to join us and ask some questions, you are welcome to join us, okay? So, Guilherme, please, can you present yourself? Can you tell us a
So,
little about you?
okay, perfect. So,
Oh,
hello. My
yeah.
name is
Hello.
Guilherme. I'm from Curitiba. I am 27 years old, and well, I live in Barcelona since I was a kid. So, well, I am apartment manager, and well, that's all. I'm Brazilian, of course, and a bit of a little in Spanish too.
Okay. And how old were you when you left
I'm
Brazil?
27. Uh, I was 13 years old.
13. Oh, I didn't remember.
Yes.
I was on your
Do you remember?
departure party. Yes, I was
Yeah.
there. I remember it was at Engenheiros da Pizza. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
a very
Long time
long
ago.
time ago. You
That's
were really different back at the time. Yes, you were much shorter than I was. Yes, I was taller than you, and then suddenly you grew up. Yes, now you were taller than me. Yes, and stronger than me too, and more
of
Spanish than me too.
course,
Yeah.
but you have the Spanish surname, so
Yes, it's true. Yes, my last name, yes, is Rubio. Yes, it's true. It's true.
yeah, your last
Okay,
name is Spanish.
so my
So
st-
well,
my students made some questions. Yes, for you,
okay,
and I would like to ask these questions for you. And
perfect.
if you have questions for me, you can ask it too. Okay.
Okay.
So the first question is, why did you leave Brazil and when?
Wow. So why I came to Spain because my parents decided to live abroad. So I had no choice. I just had to come. And when I already said that it was when I was 13 years old.
Hmm. And that's basically it. It's because your parents went to.
Yeah. The story is that my dad had a job offer, so
Hmm.
he decided to move, and he came first, and after that I came with my mom.
Okay, very good. We have another student with us. Hello, Priscilla. Nice to see
Hello.
you. Okay.
Hello.
Well, Priscilla lives in Portugal. Yeah, so this is a really
Portugal.
international conversation. We have at the same place. This would be impossible 10 years ago. Can you imagine, guys? We have people
Yes.
here from Spain and Portugal and Brazil at the same time. This is crazy. So,
Nice.
hello,
True story.
Priscilla.
Hello.
Okay, I was asking your questions. So, as you are here
Oh, nice.
now, I think you could ask your questions. So, please, can you ask your questions? Do you have your questions there with you?
Uh, Only a
No?
second.
So,
Yes, I have.
Yes?
So, hello, Guilherme.
hello. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you. So, I want to know. I think you were talking about this before, but I want to know about when do you leave Brazil
I,
and why?
well, it was the first question. So,
Yes.
I moved when I was 13 years old. Okay. And I moved because my dad had a job offer and he wanted to move abroad and he came to live here in Barcelona. And well, after my mom come and I came with my mom after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, uh, before your next question, you were living here in Curitiba with your grandma, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it was, yeah. True
Yeah,
story. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
remember that. Okay,
Nice time.
so next question, Priscilla.
Oh, it's a generic question. It's do you like Barcelona? Do you like living in Spain?
Yeah, I love to live in Barcelona. I love Spain actually. It's a very nice city to live, to visit, to everything because we have everything here. We have mountains, we have the beach, so it's really nice. We have very nice food, good water, so I really love Barcelona.
Oh,
That's
nice.
great.
Okay, what do you prefer, Curitiba or Barcelona?
Wow, I really like Curitiba because my friends, my family, but it's totally different. So
Yes.
Curitiba is really nice. If I will come back to Brazil, for sure I will live in Curitiba, I think. But wow, it's comparing it's very different one.
Okay, but I want to know something. Are there
Yeah.
capivaras in Barcelona?
Yes.
Yeah,
There?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, come
There's
on.
there's it's like a science place. It's
Uh huh.
like a museum, but they have I don't even remember to say that in Portuguese. It's like a place with trees and it's like a forest, but
Mm-hmm.
fake forest,
A
okay?
reserve, probably. Reserve.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's created like the Brazilian forest, okay? And they have
Oh,
capybaras there. They have like
okay.
3 or 4 capybaras.
It's artificial, so it's like an artificial Brazilian environment, something like this.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So there really is everything in Barcelona. Come on.
I say it. I say
And
it.
I know that there is a very famous building in Barcelona with a really suspicious shape. Isn't it true?
Yes.
Yes. What's the name
It's
of this building?
it's Torre Akbar. It's Tower Akbar. It
Beautiful Spanish.
yeah.
Please, Priscilla.
Oh, I was in Barcelona 1 week, 1 month ago,
Yeah.
and I have two questions about the Barcelona.
Okay.
The first one is, can you? I don't know if you know. Can you tell for the people here a strange costume in Barcelona? It's a guy who make it poopy.
Make
Make
poop?
Yes, yes. It's
okay.
a it's
Ah, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, it's a long story, but
Now I am really
here,
curious about it.
yeah, yeah. Here, the state of Barcelona is Catalonia. Okay, so Catalonia have on Christmas not just Santa Claus. Here they have the kings too, the magician kings
Hmm.
from the Bible, but
Yes.
they have their own Santa Claus. It's a a guy that it's the uncle of Christmas that he shits your presents. It's really, really strange, weird, and whatever. But well, I live here for 14 years old and I can understand very well that. But that's traditions.
Come on,
And
So it's well,
I,
the kids
they like.
they prefer Santa Claus, but it's not kind of Santa Claus from here.
Okay, this is really
And
nice. I had no idea about it.
yeah, yeah, and it's common to see a lot of famous people, like a figure
Uh huh.
of famous people shitting. So it's very common. On
Uh,
Christmas, you can see, like for example, Messi, Bolsonaro, whatever. The Queen of England, for
England.
example.
Yes.
So it's very common.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And we have
and
another
my second,
student. Oh, sorry. Just a moment. Hello, Lottie.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
Oi.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, Priscilla, can you ask your question?
yes. Um, so I want to know if you really living in Barcelona. I think you know the dangerous place there. And when
Yeah.
I was there,
Mhm.
uh, I went in a space in a neighborhood. The name is Raval,
Yes.
and I want to know it's really dangerous there or not because
Well, danger is like depends. If you live in Brazil, it's not dangerous. If you live in Europe, it's a bit dangerous.
Come on, don't say
It
it
doesn't.
about Brazil.
Well, so it is dangerous. Well, depends. I can go every day there and nothing happens. But during the night, I don't recommend to walk alone there.
Okay.
Just that.
okay.
So it
But during the day, it's completely okay. I actually go like a lot of times there. It's like in the center of the city, so it's not. It's an important place.
hmm
I wouldn't live there, but it's okay. It's a nice place anyway. It's like the historic place of Barcelona, so it's
uh,
nice. But during the night, I recommend to be careful.
Oh, Priscilla, is
Okay.
that the place that you told me that the women that work in there like prostitutes? Is it
Yeah.
there?
Well, there is full of.
Is it there, Priscilla? Is that the place?
Yeah, I went in a tour with a guide, a really guide, and we were walking, and we passed for one street, and he said in this street, there's some women who uh,
Work? Yes.
work.
Wow, I think. Well, maybe you went to the worst street of Barcelona. Maybe.
Maybe. Yes.
Well, this street it's not but it's not touristic, so I don't recommend this street. Well,
Okay.
not recommended.
It was a strange
Tour.
type
Yeah,
of tour,
there's
very
work.
specific tour I took.
Yeah. So and
But
there's nothing to see there. So
well, I don't know if you agree, guys, but I think when you go to a place, you need to go to the dangerous place to really know the place, I guess. If you just go to the touristical places, to the monuments, to the landmarks, and to the sightseeing, yes, you are just seeing like an Instagram. It's a fake life. This is not the real life, I guess. To really know the place and the culture, you need to know people who work there. You need to go to museums and you need to walk on the street and talk to homeless people. That's how you really know where you are, I
yeah.
guess.
Well, I just to
No?
conclude that I prefer much more walk in this place in Barcelona than the dangerous place in Paris because the dangerous place in Paris is much more dangerous. For example, much
Oh.
more.
Interesting. Good to know. Yes, I want to talk about it because I know you have traveled a lot, so I
Yeah.
really want to talk about it. But Ladi, hello Ladi, do you have any questions?
Um, I don't have much questions, but I don't know. Um, um, uh,
If you remember, don't be nervous, okay? If you don't know how to make the question, I can help you,
okay,
okay? You can say it in Portuguese and I help you to make the question in English, so don't worry, don't be nervous.
okay. Um, I don't know how. Um, did you have any pets in here? I
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Like, you were asking if he left any pets here in Brazil? Is that it?
yes.
Oh,
Or
okay, okay. I
Brazil. I
That's a
had
good question. I don't remember about it. So,
I had pets in Brazil. I
mm,
had the dog.
oh, you had a dog
oh
here in Brazil?
I had. He
Mm,
already died because he
yes,
oh
died long time ago.
it's been a long time.
But I really would like to have some dog or cat here in Barcelona, but not yet.
Not yet.
yes.
Okay,
Not yet.
very good question. Thank you, Lottie. Do you want to ask anything
Thank
else?
you. No, thank you.
No? Okay. If you want to ask anything else, okay, you can type on the chat. You can ask me. Okay, no problem. Don't worry. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Jose. Nice. I'm really happy. We have more students. Jose, Rachel, do you want to ask anything to Guilherme?
No.
No? Okay, okay.
Okay.
So, I invited my students to be like just watching, okay? So, not everybody is going to ask questions, okay? So, it's no problem, it's okay. No questions to Jose? Okay, very good. But, anyways, guys, thank you for being here. I'm really happy. Thank you for participating. This is really nice. And what about you, Priscilla? Would you like to ask anything else?
Yes.
Yes? So,
My next question is about your travels. So,
Okay.
which countries do you know? Which do you prefer? How
Wow.
was the
Okay.
experience?
Talking about Europe, I know almost all of them. I think.
I'm so
Wow.
But
sorry. Okay, okay, I'm sorry.
it's very, no,
I'm
it's
so
common here. It's nothing strange here in
Yes,
Europe.
I
So
can
because
imagine.
everything is close.
Mhm.
So for example, if you are in Curitiba and you go to Santa Catarina, it's very close. So the distance it's like the same.
Mhm.
Okay, so I just don't. I never been in London, for example. It's a place that I would like to go. But for example, I've been in Portugal. I really, really love Sintra. It's the place that like it.
Oh, it's where I live.
What?
It's where I live.
Ah, really? You live in Sintra? Oh, nice. I really, really like it. The two castles and well, it's a place very cold actually, but it's really nice. And well, a place that was going to recommend is Sintra in Portugal because it's really pretty. I really like Switzerland. It's a very, very beautiful place to go. Paris, of course, is really, really beautiful too. Uh, what else? Hungary in Budapest is very, really nice. So actually, in Europe, you have a lot of places, but I think these places are my
The best,
favorites.
your favorites. Okay,
Yeah.
and now I have a question. How did you travel to these places? Did you travel by
How?
plane, by train, by car,
Yeah,
by
I
bicycle, walking?
in general, I travel by airplane. So, but when I arrive, depends if I am going with family, with friends. I choose the transports there. I did travels with a car, for example, renting a car and
Yes,
driving with friends.
I remember a long time ago, you took a
Yes.
trip with your friends and you
Yeah.
rented a really cool car. But it's been a long time ago. I don't
Yeah.
remember what car was it, but I remember
I was 18, or I think he was 18 years
2018.
old. Yeah.
Do you
No, no,
remember?
I was. So it
Ah,
was like 9 years ago. So
oh
it's
my
long.
God, it's a very long time. And do you remember what car was it?
Oh, of course, I still dream with that car. It was a BMW, but a special one. It was really
Okay,
nice.
okay, really
Not paid
nice.
by me. I have good friends, so and it was really nice. That travel, I we started the trip. I think we traveled Germany. So we started in Dortmund, and we made like 2,500 kilometers more or less with this car. So it was like a week or 10 days more or less. So, but it was just in Germany, and
Okay.
it was really cool, really
Yes,
nice.
I remember you told me about the Dark Forest. Yes, I still
Yes,
want to visit those places since you told me about them. You showed
yeah.
me some
So,
pictures. Yes, and I
oh
thought, oh,
yeah,
come on, this is amazing. I really need to know this place. It's really nice.
wow, that
And
travel was really nice.
one of the most important questions, in my opinion,
Mm,
which is the main goal of this conversation club, is
yes.
how did English help you during this trip? Yes. And how much English did you use during your trip? Because you've been to many different countries,
Yeah.
yes? Germany, um, Spain, and Portugal. And did you speak
Actually, I
in
no,
Portuguese? Did you speak Portuguese? Did you speak?
I had to speak in English, so I had to suffer to visit me, and we traveled because I knew English. I knew to speak because maybe we couldn't go. Well, couldn't go. Imagine restaurants. Well, to understand what they have, it's very important. Crazy because I don't plan. I just go. We just arrived there. We went to rent the car. For example, we rented a Porsche, but they didn't have. So we took
BMW?
I just say I want the best car that you have. For example, car, but worse than that one.
Yes.
And
It
well,
could be
so as
a Fiat
and
Uno.
nothing. So we didn't know where we are going to sleep that night, for
Oh
example.
my God.
So on the travels, I just stopped in the hotels and asked, "Do you have a room?" So, and that's important thing because I didn't know on that time to say twin beds.
Okay.
So that's a good thing to know because if you don't if you're traveling with a friend and you want two beds, you have to say I want a room with twin beds.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like separate beds, they are not together.
Yes. Yeah, they're not together because
Okay.
without it, they will give you just a
Single bed, like
couple,
a double bed for a couple,
a
yes?
double bed, a couple. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was actually my next question. But before, I would like to ask. Oh, actually, guys, I would like you, the ones who are participating here, if you want to make a question but you don't know how to make it, you can write it in Portuguese on the chat and I can help you, okay, guys? So don't worry about it if you don't know how to ask the question. And if you want to ask, there's a button here on Zoom, which you can press, which is a hand. Oh, I want to speak. Yes, you can use it if you want to talk, okay? But from time to time, I will ask you if you want to ask any questions. I have just one more question. I would like to know what happens because I imagine, I'm not sure, that, for example, not everywhere or not everybody speak English. For example, when you
Yes.
go, especially in Paris or in France, I imagine that I heard that people don't like speaking in English there. Like, they're kind of proud. I don't know if that's true, if it's not true. Some people told me, yeah, it's true. French people are really rude and they especially hate American people. So they don't like when you get and start talking in English with them. Yes, I don't know if it's true. Some people told me it's true, and some people told me it's not. I don't know which to believe. So tell me, what did you do when people just didn't know how to speak in English? What did you do?
Well, you
Cried.
have to keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Someone will speak in English. Well, in case of France, that's true. They are very nationalist and they just want to speak in French. So they are horrible speaking English. But well, I have to say that when you are a tourist, you go to tourist places. So they are prepared to speak in English, sometimes in Spanish, in Portuguese, depends. So when you are traveling with English, it's enough, more than enough. Okay, if you want to live in a place, it's completely different. But traveling, I think you won't have much problems if you speak in English. Even in France, that it's true that the most of the people don't speak in English because I have a story about that. As you know, I think you know, I have family in Paris, so
Oh yeah, an
I
aunt, if I'm
already
not
worked.
mistaken.
What?
An aunt, yes, you have an aunt
Yeah,
who
an
lives in.
aunt, an uncle, and a cousin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a long time ago, I went to work there. So it was like, mm, how can I say that? It's like a summer work, okay?
Mm-hmm. Summer
So
job,
I went
yes.
for 2 months, and on the company that I was working, it's a very important company. It's Johnson and Johnson, where my
Oh,
uncle
nice.
works, and he works in the office, and no one there knew how to speak in English. I used more Spanish and tried to speak in French than English. There's just one woman, and she was from another country, but the rest of the people didn't know how to speak in English. And we are talking about a very good company, a very important company,
Come on.
an American company.
This is really surprising. Yes, an American
Yeah,
company. Yes.
I remember when I was there, I was speaking with the manager, and the English of him was horrible, really horrible. But well, it just happens in Paris. Actually, I think they don't like to learn new languages. In
Yes.
Spain, it's true that the Spanish people don't speak very well, but they would like to know. It's different. It's like, for example, in Brazil, I think there's no one that's in Brazil that said, "Oh, I don't want to speak in English."
Mm-hmm.
I will. I think everybody will say, "I would like to speak in English. I can't. I whatever." But in France, it's different. They just don't want
They
to.
don't want. Yes.
But
Yes.
in the rest of Europe, they have a very good English. They learn on the school. For example, in Germany, in Holland, Austria. I think in Italy they speak very well. In Portugal, I think they speak a good level of English. So it's with just English you can travel around Europe without problems.
Nice. Priscilla, do you have any other questions? No?
No,
No?
No?
Okay.
no more.
Lari, Rachel, Felipe, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have.
No? Okay, so I have more questions. I have lots of questions. I have tons of
Right.
questions. Okay,
Let's
so
go.
my next question is you said that you learned twin beds, yes, during your trips. And that's what I want to know. I want you to teach my students the things I can teach because I have never been to Europe. So I would like you to tell me which expressions, which idioms, yes, or useful things you learned during your
Yeah.
trips that you didn't learn in school when you were studying, that your teachers didn't tell you
Wow.
about, okay? So I
Yes,
want
yes.
I want you to teach me and teach my students the things I can teach them because I have never been through Europe.
Okay, so the first thing, I think it's about pronunciation. Okay, I think pronunciation is very important. My pronunciation is I don't like it, but it will increase with the time. There's be calm, for example. Be calm. The people know you don't have to. You are not obliged to know how to speak in English, so they can understand that. So if you can speak and don't know how to say something, calm down, think,
Breathe.
remember, uh, and just keep thinking. Remember the word. Try to remember and use Google Translator. It's very important, but not just for words, not for phrases. That's very
Yes.
important, just for words. And well, I think try. I think the most important thing just speak.
To speak, yes, I agree. Um, but can you think of any expressions like dream beds
Question.
or something like this? And like, do people say "How are you?" and "I'm fine," and you? Do people really talk like
Okay.
this?
Wow, that's very robotic. No, actually not. For example, it's very common to say, hey, what's up? For
What's
example.
up? Yes, how's it going? What's up? Yes.
So sometimes in school you learn like robotic ways to speak. And, well, that's okay. They will understand you, but it's not like the people speak. For
Yes,
example,
they
uh,
they will know that you are not a native. Yes,
yes, yes, yes.
like
But for
right away.
example, I don't like to use, for example, you're welcome. I don't like to use that. I prefer to say no problem. Okay, it's okay. So because the
It sounds
I
too
saw that
formal.
the yeah, it's very formal. And, well, you don't have to say that. Um, what else? Let me think. Well, in this, for example, in restaurants, sometimes I will have something. Not, I know. No, in this case, I think it's well spelled, like in
Oh,
school.
talking about it, I would like to ask you a question. Is it true
Yes.
that you can say "I want" in a restaurant? For example, "I want a Coke." Is it true that
Yeah, it's a bit arrogant.
it
It's
sounds look
not
rude? Yes.
sans rule. Yeah. So you have to say that I will like. The best way to say it's that like I will have,
Mm-hmm.
or I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to a Coke, please.
And
Something like that.
can I have a Coke, please? Is
Can
that
I have a
possible?
Coke?
Can I have a Coke? Okay.
Perfect.
And talking
And
about
that's something that I used a lot. Like I want whatever, and I learned that it's not a good way, a good expressions. It
okay,
sounds rude, but
and
anyway, they will understand that you are not a native. But
yes,
anyways, if you want to have a good language, that's a very important thing to remember.
there's another thing which is really different here in Brazil. And I have already been to the United States, and I know a little how it works there, but I don't know how it works in Europe. Yes, which is the trinkgeld or the tip. Yes,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
money you give to
Yeah.
the waiter or to the
Yeah.
waitress. Yes, I just wanted to use a little my Germany. Yes, my German. Trinkgeld. It's the same as tip in English.
Okay. Well, here's very common to give tips. I know that American people gives a lot of tips, like the 20%. If you can tell me better than I, but I think it's something like that. Here's
Yes.
well, it's very common, but it's not like in Brazil that you are obliged to pay. It's completely different. So if you want to, you do. If you
Hmm.
don't want to, you don't do. But in general, you pay like the 10% more or less. Depends where you go. Well, but for example, if I go to a good restaurants, I give like 10 euros of tip. If I go like to a normal restaurant, I give 1, 2, 3 euros of tip, 5 euros of tip at
Come on,
most.
man. Imagine if you give 10 euros, a 10 euros tip, it's like
Yeah.
70 reais. Who, who in Brazil would give a 10 euros tip? Nobody would do that. Yes,
Yeah.
this is
Well,
this is unthinkable. Um, but there's another detail. So the tip is not included. Yes,
not
the
never,
tip is not included.
never
And
included.
so, do you have to pay it right to the waitress or to the waiter? How does it work? Do
You just ask for the bill and you
uh-huh.
pay. If you want to give something, you just give it to him or her, or leave it on the table.
Ah, leave it on the table. Nice, nice. Leave it on the table. Okay. And how do you ask for the bill?
Uh, well, can I have the bill, please?
Can I have
In
the bill,
general,
please? Because when I was in the USA, people used to say, the check, please.
true.
The
Yeah.
check, please, yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we
the
say the
bill
check.
also works, yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
I, it's something that happens because I travel, for example, to Ireland, to Northern Ireland. That there are places that the main language is English. But in general, I travel to places that the main languages are German, French,
Uh-huh.
Italian, etc., etc. So there are expressions that are completely different, for example, from United States. So I never been in United States. So for sure they must have different kind of ways to say different
Yes, of
things,
course.
and it's completely different between
The Europe from the United
Northern
States.
Ireland and States.
Yes, I can imagine. Yes, I know it's really different. And talking about it, I have a friend, and do you know her? Yeah, Leticia. Yes, Thiago's sister. Yes, do you remember
Yeah,
Leticia? Yes,
yeah.
she
Some
was my
pictures.
first crush. Remember that?
I remember that.
Yes, and she's living in Ireland. Yes,
Even
and
in Ireland?
yeah, she's living in Ireland and she's working as an architect. Yes?
Oh, really?
Not architect, sorry. Civil engineer. She's working as a civil engineer in Ireland, yes? And I would like to invite her for our conversation club. Yes, so maybe next time we will talk to her when we can
Probably
learn
she speaks
some.
much better than I would.
Oh, as she's working there and speaking English every day, I
For
imagine that
sure.
her English is really, really good because she needs it every day. Yes, so it must be really nice. And when she came here to Brazil last year, I talked a little to her, and it was really nice because she told me some situations that she has been through. But well, we can let it for the next conversation club if she agrees participating. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, there was another thing I wanted to ask. Oh, how do you call the waitress and the waiter? Yes, because this is something that once I went to a restaurant and I asked it to the waiter. Uh, how would you like people to call you? Do you like when people scream, "Waiter, come here"? Yes, and she said, "No, I hate it. I want to punch the person on her face when they do it. I really hate it. This is really rude, okay? But people do it all the time. So how should my students call the waiter if they need something?
Well, I think I use us the same way in Spanish. I say, "Excuse me, please."
Excuse me, please. Okay. So you raise your hand like this?
No,
Yes?
I just like, "Excuse me." So if I see him looking at me, so excuse me.
Oh,
Can
okay. So, but what if they are not around?
wow. And on this situation,
You need to wait.
I will do like that. Excuse me, or something like that.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. That's what I heard that you should try to make eye contact. You should never
Yeah,
call. You should try to make eye contact and show
yeah,
that you
yeah.
need some assistance or something like this. Yes, you shouldn't call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I want to tell a story. So when I
Tell
went, I think I already told you that. When I went to the United States for the first time, 2008, I was 15 years old. Yes, I was at Disney. Yes, and I
me.
went
Yeah.
to a fast food restaurant, and
I
I
already
was
know what you're
I
going to
was
say.
just about to order my meal. Yes, and there were combos. Yes, you could choose, and I chose the two meat combo. Yes, and you could choose the meat if you wanted like pork, if you wanted chicken, if you wanted beef, yes. And then I asked to the attendant, yes. Oh, please, I want the combo number two with a beef and frango.
I remember that.
I
I
said
prepared that for today because you was going to ask me that.
yes. So
I prepared that.
I said frango. So I didn't say frango. I said frango. So it was even worse, yes. And everybody on the line was staring at me. They were looking, and I didn't get what was happening. And then a girl who was with us in the same group, yes, she was at the end of the line, and she said chicken, and then oh my god, I said it wrong,
Yeah.
okay? And then I realized, and oh my god, oh sorry, it's chicken, okay? And everybody, the line was very long, everybody was waiting for me, and I was like, what's happening? What's the problem? What's wrong? Yes. Okay, so that's what I want to know. I would like to know if you have any funny situations or maybe embarrassing situations because of English. Yes, that happened with you because of your English or miscommunication, maybe bad pronunciation, or a word that you didn't understand, something like this.
Well, I have two that didn't happen with me, but well, it's good, too good,
Good story.
interesting. The first one was like, first of all, I have to say that in Spanish, disturb is molestar, vale? So it's okay.
Okay, okay. This is important to know.
Okay, so uh, two girls they were traveling around. I think they were in London, even in London. So they were like in a metro or something like that, and a man was like disturbing one of them, and she said, "Hey, stop to molest me." Okay, so everybody was like, "What?" Because instead of saying disturb, she said molest.
Okay.
In Brazil, you have the same translation, I think.
Yes. Uh huh.
So it's
But
completely different.
okay. And like
Well,
they were Brazilian, the girls.
no, they were Spanish.
Ah, they were
So
Spanish.
that's the reason. That's the reason because
Yes. Uh huh.
molestar in
Yes.
Spanish it's disturb.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
I got it. And
and another funny situation was with a friend of me. She was in Germany, I think. Yeah, she was in Berlin, and she was with school travel. Okay, and here in Europe, mostly in Germany, it's very common to drink. They like to drink sparkling water. Okay, so it's not very common in Barcelona, in Spain. In Brazil, I think even less.
yeah, some people like it.
I love
Not
it.
very
Okay,
common. You like it?
I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
But she was there, and every day she just was drinking sparkling water. So she went to a restaurant and she didn't know how to say normal water or whatever. She
Okay.
said, "I want water," but she said without bubble. She said that.
Without blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so it's without bubbles.
Okay.
And the waitress just laughed and say, "Okay,
But did she understand? Did the waiter understand what you said?
yeah." She understood. She understood because well, without bubble, so you think without bubble, okay.
Okay.
It was like no, so with a bad English.
Okay. Well, guys, so um, to prevent you from being through the situation, so normal water, yes, it would be plain, oh, sorry, still water, yes. We can call it
Cool,
still
yeah.
water or just water, okay? Can I have a water,
Yeah.
please? Okay.
Yeah, but if you ask for water in Europe, they always will ask you still water or sparkling water.
Oh, so that's a good thing. Yes. So still water
Yeah.
or sparkling water. Yes. Okay. And no water with gas or no.
Well,
Yes.
maybe they will understand, but
Okay.
it's a not right.
It's
It's
not
not the
correct.
right
Yes.
way.
It's not the
Not
right
correct.
way to say it. Okay. Very good. And you yourself have never been through any funny situation or because of English.
I was trying to remember, but I don't think so. Well, I think once it wasn't very funny, but I felt like the woman understanding in a different way.
Way,
I
yes.
was I was trying to say that Barcelona has a nice beach, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I said Barcelona has a nice beach.
Ah,
So
okay, okay, okay. So, yes.
she, she laughed a bit, but okay.
So yeah, if she left, so probably she understood something different from a place
Yeah.
where you go to swim and take a sunbath. Yes, probably she understood something wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think my last question, I think we have time for a last question. Oh, Priscilla, do you want to be?
Yes,
Oh, please.
I have a question. If
Let's
you
go.
now we are talking about funny situations and etc. And I want to know what do you think about the level of the English to travel? Do you think if someone have a low level of English can travel, can do things like water without blah blah blah?
Well, it just create nice, funny situations. But well, as I said, when you are traveling, you are the client, so you are people will try to help you. If you want to leave, it's completely different. But when you are traveling, it's okay. They make no one will laugh in front of you because you say
Not in front
something
of you, maybe on your back. Yes, but not in
on the
front.
back. Yeah, on the back, yeah, but not in front of you.
Okay.
So
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yes, I think if you even if you don't know, I know many people who travel like knowing nothing. They just don't know how to speak English, like zero. And even though they still travel, they still do it. So it shouldn't stop you from traveling. Yes, it shouldn't be something uh, uh, stopping you from traveling. Yes, you should go for
yeah,
it. Yes, and the more you travel, the more you learn. Yes,
of
and
course.
this is always you will always have a funny story to tell. Yes, this is always
Yeah,
good.
but as I say, when you have like and now a good level of English, we won't suffer in different. So we, for example, giving an example, when you're in a restaurant and you know how to speak, for example, you can choose well. Or for example, if you don't like the food, you can say, I didn't like the food. The waitress will say why, and you can explain.
Why you didn't like it? Yes,
Why you didn't like it. So that's the difference between traveling without knowing nothing and traveling
with
knowing how to speak the language.
yes, like with a
I think the
reasonable
most
level.
important thing is about food, hotels, uh, about prices. Well,
Saying the
I think
numbers.
yeah, for example. So
Okay,
I think it's important. It's
and
without you can travel, but imagine if you have like an emergency, how will explain, for example,
yes,
something. For example,
yes.
imagine that if you have a allergy in a restaurant, you can eat, for example, peanuts. Imagine it. So if you don't know how to say that in English and you eat that, so you go to the hospital just because of that.
And nobody knows why you are dying. You say, "Oh my God, what's happening?"
Yeah,
to this And this is something really hard for the doctors to find out. Yes, because an allergy is something really specific, and
yeah,
and you need to be really fast. Yes, but you can. I guess you
yeah.
can take a. There is a specific shot that you take. I think it's stamina, something that you when you
Okay, got
have
it.
when you have an allergy crisis that you
For
doctors give
example.
to you. Yes, to I don't know the exactly the name.
Yes.
But this is something that even being a teacher are considered really difficult. Reading the menu, because food is something really complicated. Yes, there are like lots of different words, and when you are talking about food, sometimes you have the name of the dish, but you don't have the ingredients. Yeah, so there are some dishes that they are really famous in Europe, but we don't
Yeah.
know it here in Brazil. So especially, I guess, when you go to Paris and you go to a French restaurant and you're gonna open the menu, and even if you know English, probably there's a very
Yeah.
big chance that you open the menu and you can't understand what is in there. Yes, so at least you can try to call for the waiter and ask, oh, can you tell me what are the ingredients for this dish? Yes, what is in it? Yeah, what is in it? So at least you can do that. Yes, because this is eating at a restaurant. At least the vocabulary for the food, I think, something really complicated because it's a really big vocabulary. There are lots of different words. Yes, this is something really,
Sorry.
and you have vocabularies for the ways to prepare the food. Yes, many different ways, and cooking is like an art. So you have many different things that only when you are really into cooking, into eating, you know those things because they are really, really specific. It's like people who like beer. There are some specific vocabularies that only people who likes to drink beer will understand and things like this. Yes. So
Yeah.
I think it's really complicated. Yeah.
Totally agree.
And my last question would be not about problems related to English, but problems in general. So, what kind of problems have you been through during your trips? Like bad